bodies to pull up. There's a party we can go all night. I will show you how to run the red light. If you wanna, you can call me mine. Somewhere on the highway, under the starlight, you tuck me in your arms tight. Damn, it feels right. So what a nice surprise. You're all I ever had in mind. I'm happy in the sky, a big case of desire. I will never say I know less about balance. With you I'll be flying while falling, and nobody can see us. Our love is so unkind. It's right. It's right. I wanna be yours. Wanna be right. Everybody dance, don't stop. I just need a minute to find out what I'm feeling, 'cause I'm about to go nuts. And I love what I feel. Something's in the air. I can feel it everywhere. Every color seems to bloom, and there's light in every room. Now they're looking.
All right. The sunshine glints off my slow-moving disc. You know how it goes with the sand between our toes. We got none of the pivots, but all of the throws. All right. A little something special for the WGGGMBUCC. It's a lyrical sculpture in the sand that I carve. This is Flash on the mic, now on the carve. From 40 to 60, we are on the attack. If I can just get some vitamin I from my back foot on the line, yeah, I'm ready to go. Or did I just pull a muscle? Hold on for a moment. Play it cool. Just act like I'm young. Got flicks on my wrist and lyrics on my tongue. 20 more, 10 more years left to go. Tricks from the past and a buttery flow. A little slow off the start. I like to call my speed brisk. The sunshine glints off my slow-moving disc. You know how it goes with the sand between my toes. I got none of the pivots, but all the throws. Yeah, I got some dodgy knees. Disc in my hand and the sun in the sky. My dad bod goes jiggle and my hucks they fly. My spirits are rising like a disc on the breeze, going miles out of bounds to the Portuguese seas. I played a point, yeah, I need a sub and a good long soak in an XL tub. Don't need to run anymore, I'm one of 14 handlers. Happy Gilmore this disc like we're all Adam Sandlers. I'm slow off the start. I like to call it brisk. The sunshine glints on my slow-moving disc. You know how it goes with the sand between my toes. We got none of the pivots, but all the throws. Alright, let's finish this off. My 6'2" still works in the bar. I can see from miles. Got drinks on my radar. Porta Mile party is the place we flee for the friends we see and these great memories. Yeah, I feel the spirit as I pull every sinew. Shatter my knees, yet we're gonna continue. Take this hand, better yet carry me from the beach to the bar, better yet to the sea. I'm slow off the start. I like to call my speed brisk. The sunshine glints off my slow-moving disc. You know how it goes with the sand between our toes. We got none of the pivots, but all of the throws.
None of the pivots, all the throws.
Here we are, Sardinia, as we've been all not weekend, but late week long. The Southern Beaches Capo Carbonara Spiaggio Gianco. This is all happening here. We are in the FIVE-ALS. What, you might ask, are the FIVE-ALS? Well, it's the finals for the 5th place, 5 placing. These two teams just edged out of the semis, but have won their way back up. We've got finalists from last year, Young Legends, the German outfit, versus Blue Zone, the Dutch outfit. A battle of the Northern Europeans coming up here.
Yeah,
I'm Stefan Rapazzo here with Hannah Pendlebury. Hannah, ready for this one? What do you like?
I am ready. We've just been on camera and you can see, well, so Steph's got his sarong, has become a lovely neck scarf. I've got mine wrapped around me, largely so I can kind of swaddle myself in cloth, because the wind today has been absolutely brutalizing the players out on the pitch. It's been whipping up some sand and whacking it at our equipment. Thankfully, we've kept, touch wood, everything working so far. But Blue Zone looking to get themselves up in the standings here against last year's silver medalists, Young Legends, who got whapped out of contention by the folks who stole the gold medal, Spangled, in the quarter-final stages, hence being here playing for 5th against this decoration of Dutch largely, but a couple of other nationalities alongside.
And here we are underway. The Young Legends starting off with the disc, low throw there, picked up by Struba, and well collected, trying to go over the top for the D to no availability. Nice toe down there. The Staffinson throw complete to Kolstad. Kolstad cuts the field, gets a play. Nice layout. Yeah, I was in. Points to the turf and makes that one count for the first score of the game, and it's a clean hold. The goal scorer, Volker Schmidt.
Well, that is the type of offense we expect to see out of Young Legends. A beautiful throw from Kolstad, and Schmidt, who had an injury, I think, in the early stages of the game against Spangled, which knocked them out of contention for the tippy-toppy pointy end of the championship bracket. But talking of receiving knocks and nearly getting injured, of course, it's nice to have Schmidt back on the field. You will see him do a lot of good stuff in this game. Glenn Nolf and Rick Hoffman, ahead of this match, when they were warming up on the far sideline, there was a pull from the Ninals matchup that whacked them both directly in the face.
Both?
Yes, Rick Hoffman got whacked in the head, and then Glenn Nolf.
Yeah, and then it ricocheted and hit a third person, is what I was told, talking to Glenn Nolf and Joran Ort.
Oh my lord!
So that was a real death disc.
Was that Frisbee Muggle collateral as well? Was it a random stranger?
Yeah. Oh no, it was a player.
Okay,
it was somebody who was part of the tournament. They told me by name, but I do forget the name.
Oh well, okay. Well, as long as we're not injuring the poor tourists who've just turned up to the beach here in Sardinia, because that would be not a great way to have your holiday.
And the next pull, also halfway to Sicily, but the jog back to it must have landed in and rolled out, because Schunk waits on the goal line for Scholten to bring it in. Nolf, undergoing all sorts of duress over the course of the day, withstands that one and gets the disc to Vareem. Now Hellenius. Wind back to being picked up. Let's see if either of these teams decide to employ the huck and hope scenario. Huck and zone, they say. Punt and pin, probably more apt. Ooh, that's hanging. And taken away by Vital. Vital swings inside. That's Hartle, and in for goal. One throw later to Moreau. A hold and a break. The Young Legends asserting some early dominance.
Well, it's useful to have lengthy players on your team. Usually we talk about Dutch wingspans, but that was Rudiger Feitel coming through. Of course, a legend on the beach, part of that expensive team. Of course, you don't see them out and about so much, but in my early stages of my own playing career, which hasn't stretched anywhere near as long as many of the athletes here in the Great Grandmasters division, still remember watching the Sexpensive crew with their iconic look, of course, the glittery golden tangas or thongs. Hence their running of Copa Tanga, a lovely beach party tournament just south of Barcelona.
The next pole goes just out of bounds. And blue zone will bring it in to the brick mark.
And the wind rises back up again just in time to be brought in. So
the first throw gets away. And Young Legends pick up Kolstad to Struba, and the double arm flex celebration by Lilo. And that's a 3-0 lead just like that. Only about 7 minutes, not even 7 minutes into this game.
I think that is going to sting quite a lot for Blue Zone. Certainly Young Legends have the pedigree from days gone by. So say it's silver medalist last season. That's just a straight cold drop for Kaupers. And making quick work of it. Kolstad just reaching into the back pocket and stealing the breakthrough. Beautiful stuff from that number 71. Once again, Kolstad, of course, currently residing in Barcelona. He's a finance director for a living. Fell in love with this sport and specifically with the disc the first time he saw it flying.
That is going to be a bricked pole, bounced quite a ways out of bounds beyond the goal line, so it'll come in at the brick mark. Looks like Hellenius has taken the long walk to go pick it up and bring it back in. Comments? Hellenius. Oh, looks to go under to Mollemacher. And that one hits the ground, and maybe Hartel had some part of the defensive effort there. Vital winds up a backhand and macked dangerously away, but away nonetheless. Hellenius spins around, pops one up. That one now in the hands of Lowe. Picked off inside by Christian Lang. And will Moreau read it? Yes! Surely the intended receiver there. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Well, we have seen your chat in the live chat. Don't worry, we will sort out our balance if we can. But it is indeed a bright sunny day here, and that one, yeah, sailed over the pack on defense for Young Legends. And then Fatal losing the cap to the breeze as well, but backed up excellently by the lovely number 24, Inga Moro. She's 44 years old. She's 19 years playing with 3 breaks to have some wonderful babies. Of course, her kids will be watching as well as her husband back home. But a timeout call.
And we'll take that break and be right back after these short messages.
My mom and I made a cookbook. Traditional recipes passed down through the generations.
They cater very well to modern kitchens.
Our recipes come from all over Italy, primarily from Le Marche and Sicily, where my parents come from. Two of the best culinary regions.
All the regions of Italy have their own signature food.
Buying this book will make you smarter and better looking.
Mannaggia Stefano, just promote the book.
Just search Mama's Italian Classics anywhere you can buy books online and get your hands on a copy.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with UltiTV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Back in action here, a big lead chunked away by the young legends to open things up 4-0. Right out the gates, a hold and 3 breaks to follow.
And largely at the hands of Tim Kolstad, who's been throwing some absolute beauts. He's in love with the disc, and it shows.
Lau gets that one in, and a throw later. Roosevelt floats one out, and just too far for Laua. He had to spin around just to put hands to it, but didn't have much of a chance. Kolstad looking around into the dump space. Struba right back to Kolstad. Kolstad goes back. Hermaking. Oh, throws high, the bounce, and maybe 15 meters gained off the Mac. Now blue zone, and we've got an infraction, a foul called.
Yeah, offensive foul. I think Felgner is saying that he got pushed off of for Janki Kreisfeld. They'll discuss and play on.
Roosevelt for Janssen! But he can't quite get there. Puts the body on the line. And the disc falls just a few inches in front of the hand.
Well, there was the separation there. A really nice idea. Just needed a little bit more loft on it.
Kolstad collects as he hits the ground. Kolstad up and over to Hermaking. Hermaking. Oh, to Struba, but she can't hang on. Now, Hoffman moves that forward. Molinar. And that wind is back. There was a moment it had eased off, but boy, is it ever back. Hoffman to Molinar. And picked off, searching for goal. Now Kolstad, nobody upfield.
Well, considering the level of the wind now risen to, that was an amazing shot from Molinar over the top.
Wow.
And amazing eyes from Hermaking.
Yeah, I'm not sure she was the intended receiver there, but what a good job for her to read him and kind of be in the right spot, turn the body. Foul with acceptance here. Kolstad and Janssen on the call. Kolstad, and we've got a false start violation. Struba coming under. Fires, and off the hands of Staffansson. And Blue Zone will get another chance. Hoffman. Nice fake. I like that one, but the throw too low for Lauer. Kolstad. It goes back to Hammerking. Hammerking throws the backhand floater. Anyone's. Roosevelt's. Lau goes up to Janssen, working the near sideline. Janssen safely back to Loa. And too far in front for Hoffman. Another one back to the Germans. Kolstad hangs it up. Staffenson on the chase, Hermaking on the chase. But the wind gets the best of that race and pushes it beyond the far sideline.
I was just thinking in my head, Steph, the young legends are throwing some absolute dimes and then just straight up dropping them. Very catchable discs that are hitting players in both hands. But yeah, there's a great example of Kolstad having a bit of a mare with the throw. Too much loft on it.
Now just huck prevention out of the defense. Trying to ensure that if there is a turn, it's going to be close. And Kolstad calls the timeout. Oh, goodness. That is, I mean, oh.
Terrible life choices.
I would have just picked that one up. I know they're tired out there, but that was the perfect opportunity for a quick shovel. It may be the same after the break, but we will find out after this timeout what happens.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it! .4 timeout called by Kolstad, and we're just about ready to go back into action here. Let's see if the set play will work. One player isolated at the back, Struba in the immediate dump space. There's the separation, and they do make it work. Kolstad waits for 3 cuts, and finally the separation there as it gets in for the goal. Looks like Peter Lulgin on the receiving end there. Actually, that's Eric Feldner putting in that goal for the German team here. 5-0 capitalization on mistakes so far.
Well, we love a little flip reverse number. Assistant scorer 71-17. And I'll tell you what, someone who'll be used to observing patterns in wind. Eric Feldner is a technical trainer for steam turbines. Of course, formerly of, well, currently living in Nuremberg, but has represented Far Flung from Glasgow. I think that's a university team, Glasgow University, but also Saxy Divers from Leipzig.
Well, Blue Zone still looking for that first elusive hold. What a pickup there to keep the possession alive. Miriam Molinar. No, sorry, that is Nicolette Verim. Now Helenius with the disc. Pops one over, stolen by Schunk. Schunk goes back to Hartel. Hartel having a look around. Not sure what he wants. Finally gets Schunk coming back. Schunk winds up on the doorstep still. The around throw comes. It's Lang to Hartel for the goal. And the young legends are pouring it on. It's 6-0 right now.
Well, isn't this a bizarre series of events in the standings here? Young Legends got a little bit rolled yesterday by their opponents in the face of Spangled. They got taken apart 10-5, I think it was, in the last year's final. And then their matchup this season wasn't too far off either, 12-5. They had a tricky one through it. Of course, faced up against Hurt, last season's bronze medalists, seeing themselves into here. And Blue Zone bested Team Finland, everyone's favourite UltiTV Great Grandmasters team, it seems, winning all the patron votes.
Yeah, doing what they can, becoming patrons for the good of the sport. Gotta love that. You can do that too back home. Become a patron for the good of the sport. It's just that simple. Go on and do it. While you're at it, hit that like button. That's super easy. One person has liked. You gotta be kidding me.
Is it you, Steph?
No, I haven't even liked it. All right, here, watch. I'll show you how to do it. Watch that go to 2. There, boom, 3. It's happening.
And the arrival of Jana Janssen in the chat. We've been waiting for you, Jana, the whole week. Oh, what a grab.
Welcome, Jana. Lekker, lekker. But unlekker for the Dutch again there as the Germans get another touch. Send that one. Wobbler gets knocked away. Hoffman to pick up. Winds up. Lauer. Ooh. Into Roosevelt. And the underneath to Scholten. Scholten winds to lower, and they're on the board. Blue Zone break the goose egg open. It's 1-6, but the floodgates may be open now. The bleeding certainly stopped.
Yeah, a really great catch on that one for Martin Lauer. Gets low on the far sideline with a squeeze through from Frank Scholten, the number 99.
Walt, obviously a great tactician as well, calling for the same thing I was asking for in the last game, even though this one's a bit more crosswind, but he realizes the difficulty of mucking around in your own end, and he is asking for some huck and D, please.
Well, why not? Milan using one of his octopus arms to keep our live stream tent firmly in place. It's just a little gazebo. But yeah, Frank Scholten, one of the Belgian players on this largely Dutch Blue Zone side. Of course, the other fellow Frisbee's athlete is Glenn Nolf, the number 2, currently on your screen. Beautiful man. His balding head glinting beautifully in the sunshine here in Sardinia. Of course, we love Glenn and all of the Frisbees because they organise one of our favourite tournaments of the calendar. Of course, Tom's Tourney with its rather unusual schedule. Jana Janssen calling for the break train in the live chat, Steph. What do you reckon?
Choo-choo. Let's see it. We all want it.
Well, Ninals went very similarly. Almost all the way down to the wire. So close to our first Universe point finish on the live stream.
FIVE-ALS goes east. FIVE-ALS goes south, maybe. South Sardinia here. Ooh, dropped by Hartel. Could this be it? The start of the break train. Hellenius strides to the disc and picks up. Thinks about the dump, but instead gets Nolf going north-south. Nolf sees the pick call and demonstrates with the double bicep flex. Cones blowing from sideline to field right now. Nolf goes to Janssen, not quite in. But the next one, oh no! Mollemacher can't handle that one. The wind plays its part, and even in a less than a 1 meter pass, the wind will have something to say about it.
Yeah, clearly Young Legends have done some sort of weird sacrifice ritual to the weather gods ahead of this game, because that was so unfortunate for Blue Zone.
Vital, he knows what to do. Zips it downfield towards Moreau. Hellenius makes a heroic play to break it up. And the huck option still seems safe. Vital trying to cover up Nolf. Nolf wants the big foul as Vital saw it coming and tried to step in front, but fouls his way into it. Back in the hands of Nolf. Nolf trying to shake this mark. Well marked. You must give it to Vital there. Really taking away the huck. Copers with the disc and Vital in front. Enough to knock it away from Nolf. That is a good battle between those two right now.
Absolutely. Very similar playing experiences, frames and styles.
Vital to Hartel. Pick called away from the play. Shunk had come through very free. That will get negated because of the call, and most will return to the points of pivot before that call was made. Vital taps it off the sand. Shoots. Will it stay in? The wind will help it. But Struba cannot hang on. Moreau almost had a second chance. And Copers was in the middle of it all, breaking things up. Hellenius trying to access Nolf, but Janssen gives relief. Now Mollemacher. They still haven't put it, which does make me wonder. Now a great leading throw to Nolf. He wanted to continue right away, but went down to his knees, tipping. Hellenius, one chance. Nolf with the second effort, but ends up with a face full of Sardinian sand.
It's really difficult, and both of these sides are showing confidence and happy to do it. So you see that turnover signalled. The soft side of the pitch, that downwind side, the wind is changing directionally in terms of which diagonal it's favouring, but it is really pushing the discs towards the far side of the field. And yes, there are some open players who are towards that side, but I think both sides, we're talking about playing huck and D as a strategy, but moving the disc to this near side of the pitch and keeping it there, I think, is really crucial for both sides. You've got to use your legs to keep that advantage and keep yourself on the good side of the wind. Give yourself that extra bit of side channel just in case the disc goes awry.
Shunk brings it into play, shoots for goal right away. Hartel under, but that's going to go at the back. You hear in the comments, in the chats rather, force flick, I reckon. I say, Sjarred Druven. I say force ocean, or force sea, in fact. As Hannah said, that means the break side is where you're going to want to be. Makes it difficult to stay up on this high side of the field
And
with the wind advantage. If you're playing down on the far sideline, you're always trying to throw into the wind.
Well, you also get the advantage of then any break throws that go out, if they're not perfectly tilted, they're going to sit and hang in the breeze and give you more time to make a play as a defender.
Copers dumps back to Hellenius. Nolf working hard, but that one falls out of hand. Maybe a bit of a hand block there. Vital now on the line. This could take half if they score, but Mollemacher flies into the lane and takes it away.
Wow, that was impressive.
Hellenius with the disc. And Vital flying again this time takes it away. He'll get out of the way so Shunk can pick up. Shunk spins around. There is contact or no? Goal conceded. Hartel with the goal. Shunk the assist. That makes it 7-1, and it's a half taker for the Young Legends.
Well, we got there in the end. There's just about 15 minutes left on the game clock.
So we should be well into the second half here.
We should, but it's been a windy game. 8 points scored in total. It's not a great average, is it, per point? And particularly that lengthy one that held 9 turnovers. That eventually went in the favour of course, Young Legends. But it took 4 chances to do it. Walt Janssen in the chat asking, where are the hammers? Mate, I know you're pretty good at Frisbee, Walt, but I'd like to see you come out here and throw completed hammers.
Well, maybe Walt could. But it would still be difficult, Walt.
What percentage throw, a Walt Janssen hammer in this wind on beach, what percentage completion do you reckon that is average?
Still pretty low percentage.
I reckon about 22%.
Even Walt. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is outrageous. We did see one hammer in the last game, a short hammer where the second it left the hand, you saw the wind just push that straight down. It grabbed the open side of the disc and sent it for a directional change like you can barely imagine. It's his unfriendly hammer weather, Walt.
I kind of like the energy. The energy, the passion, the footwork, the energy. Of course, anyone who's been checking out the Instagram and Facebook highlight action will note that's the little soundtrack we choose, the little meme audio from TikTok.
Meme track, audio track.
We love it. More passion, more footwork, more energy. If you don't know what we're on about, look, Google it. It's a TikTok. More passion, more energy, more footwork. That'll give you the original video.
And just go check out our Instagram. That'll do it too. Like, subscribe, and follow. That one, Glenn Nolf shows off the backhand, whips one upfield, and it's a score for the Blue Zone.
Well, 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 well. This may well have a familiar feel to the last final placement game we saw on this live stream in Ninals. Not to spoil it too much by telling you who. A team had a very different first half to second half. Of course, it was a wonderful game to watch and a wonderful throw there. Full extension release from Glenn Nolf, originally from Austin, but currently living in the Dam. He's a driving assessor for a living. So he's the person that sits between the youth of Belgium, between them and their licenses for their first little experiences in cars.
I wonder how he does with like young players coming to training and watching them park. Hey, you can't train until that is put more between the lines. That's imperfect. Or if he lets his job go when he comes to play Ultimate.
I don't know. He's a pretty chill dude most of the time.
Yes.
Apart from when he's organising Tom's tourney, where sometimes you see the little veins popping out as people invade his hut.
Yeah.
He's very particular about it, but he's also a good double disc court player. Fun facts about Glenolf. You often see people playing.
Woo! Mollemacher flies through there, puts the cape on, plays Superman for a minute, and then Hellenius picks it up. Spins around, zips one deep. Roosevelt collects. Mollemacher trying to make space, as is Copers. But right now, nothing avails. Roosevelt goes around, Mollemacher's there. 2 in a row for the Blue Zone. They are on the comeback trail. Team Nolf showing up in the chats, and the Blue Zone showing up on the scoreboard.
Well, I tell you what, that was intense defensive play. Fantastic work. Just denial defense. Real intense. But yes, it's nice to have a different Nolf as well. Fien Nolf. We have had Anna Silkenov in the chat. What a man. Yes, indeed, Silke. Of course, athlete herself playing Ultimate.
Oh, and Janssen, they think the train's coming.
Choo choo. Choo choo.
So, first break for the Blue Zone, 2 in a row. Keeping the defense on the field, Nolf to pull. Lands in and rolls just towards the sideline. Vital to pick up. Vital jacks it. Hartel on the chase. Cowpers gets turned inside out. Hartel looking for Moreau, and she's there on the break side. And a quick response by the Germans. Make it 8-4.
I'm going to go.
So another score by the German contingent. Young Legends with a commanding lead. 8-3 right now. And some insistence in the chat that the train has stopped. Must be some German support from Steinbrink, Matthias. Thank you all for being with us. Of course, a reminder to like. Do that now. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Go ahead, do that. You probably already have, but if not, do that as well. And then go follow us on Instagram, and if you really love us, which we know you do, go ahead and become a patron. Roosevelt with the disc. He zaps it deep, but nobody home. Hoffman, the closest one to it, but the shape didn't look like it was seeking her out. Oh, low throw from Hammocking, and a short field for the Blue Zone now. Lower throws inside, and a connection with none other than Joris Janssen for the goal. 8-4 make it now. And a lot of work to do still, but another goal for the Blue Zone. Sticking it to halfway there.
Yeah, just wanting to chip away at this lead. A devastating first half scoreline, but this is so much better for Blue Zone. The break train may have paused at the station, but it could well drive on.
Vital chasing the pole. Wanted to catch it, but lets it go to ground. Wasn't entirely sure. Almost a Callahan, a knockaway, but is it being called a strip? I would love to have another look at that. Here it is. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if I agree with that call, but it's called nonetheless.
It's all right, Steph. We still got it on camera, and it looked real cool.
Yeah, Molmack had a heck of a play there. Shunk jacks it. Vital can't get in front. Laua takes it away. Roosevelt looks upfield. Staying upfield. Puts it in the end zone. Not a bad idea. Cowbers puts the toe down, and that's 5 for Blue Zone. And another break in the second half. Could they be inching their way back in here?
Well, they're definitely inching their way. It's just whether or not they're going to power through and get to the other end of the tunnel that Young Legends have trapped them in. Of course, 7-1 is a very difficult scoreline to turn around for a victory here. But Blue Zone have woken back up, Steph, after their afternoon siesta break. It's taken them a little while, but they are here, and that was a fantastic shot, hung up perfectly for Jürgen Kaupers.
All hands on deck right now. Our camera 2 operator, Lucia Pekarova, using all her weight to keep the camera anchored down. Shmee in the back, using the octopus arms to keep the tent on while operating multiple devices, and Hannah and I with hands firmly pressed on the laptops so they don't blow away. It is a wild one here as Blue Zone start to get some recuperating energy. That one shot deep, hanging too high for Schmidt. It gets away.
Yeah, the wind is really denying Young Legends' ability to I'm gonna go.
We're just taking care of some equipment here. All sorts of blowing going on here. Lucia had to abandon the camera to give some help there. It is craziness right now. And we're back to the game. Holy moly. Roosevelt spinning around. Laua can't hang on. And a short field is what anyone is after in these conditions. And the Young Legends have one in front of them now. Kolstadt finds the corner. And is there a call? Pick is the call. There is a call. Kolstadt zips one through and just past Roosevelt into Volker Schmidt for another goal. What a way to make a living. Working 9 to 5. That is the score line as well.
Well, that's not normally the type of scores we usually expect to see from Volker Schmidt. He's more of a run it and run down the gun shot from the likes of Kolstadt in the end zone. Certainly what we saw in fairer conditions earlier on in this tournament. There's a little bit of a body language change from some of the Blue Zone players, perhaps a little bit of fatigue of, oh, that one, we had opportunities, but they are in much better form in this second half. They've gotten 2 breaks, but of course the real story of the game is the 6-point unanswered run from Young Legends, those 5 breaks in a row to open us up here. And of course it is tricky conditions. We have seen Blue Zone on the live stream earlier in this tournament where they did some pretty outstanding stuff.
This point getting going, you see in the chats, I'm guessing pulling sides are scoring more than receiving. 9-5, 14 goals scored, 7 have been holds, 7 have been breaks. Equal amount of pulling and receiving sides scoring here in this game.
Well, that is a shame from Glenn Nolf. I think if he'd held on to that for half a heartbeat longer, that would have been a perfectly weighted disc. Really fought so well against this difficult breeze.
Vital fighting the breeze too. And the Huck game is on. Will it continue? Roosevelt now with less than a half field. The Huck less of an option. But they're still going for it. Nolf gets 2 hands on it. Lands flat-faced, but with a goal. And Blue Zone get another one on the board. 6-9 as this wind does not let up at all. And by not let up, I mean increases by the second. Time has expired. I think we've got ourselves a game to 10 here.
It expired during that point, so yes, indeed, Steph, a game to 10. And I think I probably speak for everyone on the pitch, even possibly some of the Blue Zone players, when I say that I kind of hope that maybe Young Legends put that one in, and that's a rare thing for me to say, but the wind is so unpleasant at this stage. The gust that we just had nearly knocked over the pole cam. It's been sending dust into underneath our commentary booth, into our eyes. I mean, you've got sunnies on, lucky you, Steph. I need to go and find mine out of my bag.
Yeah.
It's like little tiny little shots being pinged at you at speed. We were expecting high wind conditions, but I think it's even higher than forecast. It's about 35 kilometers per hour, so just shy of 30 miles per hour in old money.
This is big. It's like a tornado. Especially the way it's shifting directions with frequency. This, and it's gusting again. Here it is again. This is insane.
I think we might have to, for the finals, either call them off, Steph, or we're certainly going to have to ask some friendly players who were watching to maybe actually play a bit of hold the tent down for us, hold our cameras down.
And you see the players right now moving the tape lines to try and finish this game. It is absolute mayhem here.
Yeah,
Kolstad.
What was that catch? I think you got body blocked. That was amazing, but the throw afterwards, not so much.
Wow,
what?
Schmidt now with the disc. Oh, Hermiging! Not in yet. The Schmidt cuts to the wide side, low throw, can't go.
Well, that would have been 2 spectacular ways to finish off this performance in front of us for FIVE-ALS. Hermiging with a near Callahan. But that was absolute magnet fingers from Lilo Struber. You did get blocked, Steph, but that was an insane catch right in front of our booth.
Lauer with the disc. Tries to bang it out, but can't get it too far off the hands of Vareem. Foul called on the play. So 2 more games to play here. If this weather keeps up, I don't know how we're going to get through them, but we'll find a way. Vareem needs help. Gets it inbounds to Lauer. Sends it forward over the head of Hoffman. And the Germans will have another chance. Kolstad wants to put it. A Huck stop. Defense was on. Volker Schmidt on the chase. That's gonna do it. Nice way to finish. Young Legends take the victory and the 9-ALS championship in a wonderful display of resilience, fighting each other and just as much the conditions here, Hannah.
Well, talk about FIVE-ALS goes against the wind. What a throw. Tim Kohlstadt, he's had a couple that have been a bit awry in this breeze, but that, folks, is elite championship level throwing. Tim Kohlstadt, how does he do it? Absolutely fantastic. 6 assists against this breeze. What a standout player. We know obviously he hails from Barcelona presently, but we are going to get ourselves out of the breeze here. We're going to put our equipment back together, but Steph, that was quite the battle.
Yeah, we'll, I think we're going to shut her down early here, see if we can get back in for the next game. Well, after we batten down the hatches.
It's medal time though. Bronze and gold to be determined against their opponents and the conditions here in Sardinia.
Stay tuned, don't miss a minute. Let's see if we get blown into the sea or if we can bring you all this coverage. We'll be back in no time. Thanks again for being with us.
Sunrises dancing up on the rooftop bar. Don't really need to talk. I'm reading the silence. I think it's pretty clear. I'm always so sincere. Oh, take me. I'm a wild one, getting bored out looking for attention. I'm not looking to meet new friends. No, I've been looking for love instead, for someone I appreciate, and every page crossed my way. I love that I don't know your name. Oh no, I never meant to misbehave. Something about you makes me crave. You really are a different taste. I love that I don't know your name. Oh, save me. I'm a good one, getting worn out, need a fixation. I'm so ready for new mistakes. No.
Thank you. Thanks.
Merci beaucoup. Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.